Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of the Shadow Called podcast. We are back. It's still a three-man team this week, as Walter couldn't make it, but it's myself, Scott, and James back at it yet again for our second episode of WrestleMania month that's going through till this time next month. And yes, as you see, Scott...
Now with less fart pyro.
Yes.
Oh boy. But anyways, so yes, we are talking WrestleMania 10. Oh, one of my
9 years in the making.
9 years in the making.
Yeah, 9 years in the making.
And yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about with this one, but of course, one of my personal favorite WrestleManias of all time, because I have so many fond memories of this show, because growing up with two older brothers, really older brothers, who watched wrestling forever since they were little kids in the mid to late 80s, and they recorded the show on VHS. I used to watch this tape over and over until the film would get worn
out.
Yeah.
Onion thin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and needless to say, I'm going to have some words to say about this show in a good way. But
hello,
of
Ricky,
course,
hello, Arthur, and hello, Sean. Thanks, guys, hanging out tonight. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Thank you.
Yes, Arthur. Walter misses everybody. He's just got stuff going on right now, so he'll be here in spirit, but he'll be back someday soon.
We'll hope he'll be back
Probably
next
after
week, if
next
not
week.
the week after that at the latest.
Yep.
So, but with all that said, let's actually talk about some stuff. So before we get into everything, few notes about leading into the show. This is the first WrestleMania to not feature Hulk Hogan. Even though they briefly talk about him in like the WrestleMania moments, no other mention of Hogan. Even though he wasn't signed to WCW yet officially, he was basically there. So
He was already filming stuff for them, so he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But, regardless, it's still a very historical WrestleMania, not just because it's the 10th one, but because of all these different things with, Hogan not being there, and only very few people from, like, the first few WrestleManias were there. Macho Man, Piper was there, and maybe missing some others, but regardless, this was still in the wrestling recession, of course, 1994. Oh yeah, and also, no Ultimate Warrior, no Undertaker, as Taker was hurt at this point. And I've always wondered,
he was dead at the time, and his spirit went away, and they were trying to find him, kayfabe brother.
Yep, exactly. All that.
But speaking of Undertaker, I've always been trying to figure out what were the plans for him had he not got hurt, because there was always rumors of say a program with Ludwig Borga if he was still in the company. Yep. I even heard at one point him and Bam Bam could have had a match on this show, or even at Mania 11. But I've never really figured out what was Taker's plans for this show had he not gotten injured. If anybody else out there would know, let us know. If not,
quite honestly, even if he wasn't injured, they probably still would have done the him being gone, because what else would you have done? Once he lost the casket match, where do you go from there?
In the way they did it, yes.
Yeah, he gets killed by 10 people, and the spirit of the Undertaker goes away.
Yep.
Ascended to heaven, only to return 7 months later.
Yes, in America.
With a new outfit, in
America. Yeah, in America, and on television.
Kayfabe, brother!
Yes. It's still real to me, damn it! Never forget that meme. Anyways, already we're off to an insane start. Oh, and by the way, guys, for those who have been wanting to use the sound clips, not doing them for the podcast because last week,
Zach, you ruined it for everybody.
Yes, I was just about to say we love you, Zach, but yeah, you did kind of go overboard with them.
You're still our friend, but yeah, you ruined it for everybody.
And Ricky's like, good, lol. So anyways,
yeah. Wrestling recession at this time, but this show did pretty damn good business.
Yeah.
And I will get to that in just a second. And real quick, for those wondering, what the hell am I wearing? I'm wearing my new denim vest. Only got a button on it right now. I'm going to get the patches sewn onto it at a later time. Hopefully soon. Especially the creator back patch you see rolled up on the shelf over there. But anyways, enough gawk. Let's get to the show. So, WrestleMania 10, the 10th WrestleMania taking place at Madison Square Garden in New York City, the home of WrestleMania 1. The attendance for this show, 18,065, sellout, with a live gate of $960,000, with pay-per-view buys $390,000. So when you look at it neck and neck to WrestleMania 9, attendance was up from 9, but live gate and pay-per-view buys were down. Live gate was down by about $150,000 roughly, and then pay-per-view buys was only down by 20,000 buys. So not too big, but it is notable, especially when you consider that Mania 9 took place in a fucking parking lot. And
Caesar's parking lot.
Yes. And the show being at MSG, but what can you do? Now, in comparison to the rest of the shows of 94, the attendance was actually only the second highest. SummerSlam was the highest as they had 23,000, but Livegate and pay-per-view buys were the highest of the year. So yeah, business-wise, did pretty good, especially during this time. But yeah.
At a time when they only put a couple of hundred people per Raw taping or whatever, for them to get almost 20,000 for WrestleMania was pretty damn impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But Scott, what food do we have en masse for this week?
All right. Not a whole lot of food, but we're going to get into it here for WrestleMania 10 from the greatest arena in the world, Madison Square Garden. For this show, we have celebrities and celebrities and celebrities. Yes. We also have a sentimental opening video package. We have a fake President Clinton. We have Johnny Polo on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to him soon.
We'll get to that.
Catch it.
We have a perfect referee. We have a great cornet promo. We have a surprise referee. And because it's 94, Mullet Mania is running wild. For the moves, we have one camel clutch, 2 German suplexes, 1 reverse pile driver, 1, can't call it a tombstone, 1 slingshot plancha, 1 figure 4. Actually, it's a finger P, but who cares? 2 pile drivers, 1 superplex, 1 sharpshooter, 1 top rope headbutt, 1 top rope elbow. Longest trapezius claw ever. 1 huge body slam, 1 earthquake, 1 choke slam, 1 splash off the ladder, 1 super kick, 1 second rope bulldog, and 1 bare-ass elbow drop. For the foo, we have post foo, guardrail foo, salt foo, backstage foo, hog tie foo, turnbuckle foo, and of course, a lot of ladder foo. And there's your foo for you.
Absolutely. And if I may add another foo, Trunks foo. And you'll know why when we get to it. Anyways, so that's all the foo. Now let's talk about the matches. So we got 9 matches. Originally there were supposed to be 10, but just go ahead and get it out of the way. There was supposed to have been, it was a 6-man tag?
Or 10-man tag.
10-man tag, yeah.
Yeah, 10-man tag. If my memory serves me right, I believe on one team you would have had Jeff Jarrett, IRS, the Head Shrinkers, and Rick Martel, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. Against a team of
Tatanka,
123 Kid, Thurman Sparky Plug, not Bob Sparkplug Holly yet. And Smoking Guns, I think.
All right, let's...
But bottom line, that match got cut due to time constraints.
Yeah.
Because every match went long on this night.
Most
one in particular we'll get to.
Well, okay, it started with the opening match going long.
Yes.
Opening match was fine going long for me.
Yeah.
There's one match in the middle that went way too long that didn't need to. We'll get to that.
We'll
But
get
the
to
opening match on the night.
Yeah, so the opening match of the show, it's brother versus brother, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, brother. And I mean, what can I say about this match that hasn't been said already, other than arguably the greatest opener in the history of wrestling? Like, holy shit.
It's a great story. It's a great match. It's got all the elements there with a finish that, at the time, nobody thought would happen. Nobody thought it was going to go that way at that time. But to see it happen, it was a great thing.
And to think, Vince pitched this as Bret versus Bruce.
Yeah. Thank God
that was the original plan.
Yeah, and if history's shown us anything, Bruce should not be anywhere near a wrestling ring, let alone a WWF ring. God, he was barely allowed in the Stampede ring, for fuck's sake. But,
I got to do this because it's real to me.
Yeah, it is.
God. Oh boy. But the story going into this show, the build-up was amazing. You started at Survivor Series the prior November in the Family Feud match that saw Owen being the only Hart family member eliminated on his team, and then he wanted to challenge Bret to a fight because he's sick of being in Bret's shadow. Then they come together for a bit to be a tag team for a short time. Then we get to the Royal Rumble where they lose to the Quebecers, and Owen turns on Bret by kicking his leg out of his leg.
His leg.
That's why you're sitting there with the bad leg. That's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
That's never gonna go old, and thank God, because it was one of the funniest things ever, even though it was meant to be serious.
Yep.
But oh well.
That would never happen today.
No.
And I bet you when they said cut, everyone started laughing like, what the fuck did I just say?
Vince was probably like, yeah, it's a great rib. Keep it in there.
Yeah.
Holy, that's such funny shit.
But yeah.
The big thing was, heading into all of this, if this was Bret's first match of the night, you had the coin toss.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, which I was gonna save talking about that when we got to the title matches, but yeah, it does fit perfectly in here, so I guess we could talk about it. So yeah, the same night of the Rumble, after Owen kicked Bret's leg out of his leg, Bret co-wins the Royal Rumble match with Lex Luger, but I'm gonna save the rest of that when we get to the title matches.
Yeah, nothing on the line in this except for who's the better Hart.
Yes, and this match, like I said, arguably the best opener in the history of the business. I mean, when you have Bret and Owen in a match together, what else do you expect other than a phenomenal
These two
match?
Probably had hundreds of matches over the years in the dungeon.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
And this probably was like one of the weakest ones they probably ever had themselves. But it was that damn good.
Yeah, I was going to say, now I present the question to the chat, because we got quite a few people in the chat watching, mostly on Twitch. Like, I think this is the most viewers we've had on Twitch on a episode, which is
Someone
incredible.
Press subscribe.
Yeah, and so Zev's noises can come out, and subscribe to YouTube. But anyways, now I present the question to the chat. Which of these two Bret Owen matches did you think was better? This or the cage match at SummerSlam later in the year? Because it's close, but if you ask me, I would go with the cage match by a fraction.
Mm-hmm.
So, and by the way, Zach, you get no sound bites this week. You've been punished because you were a naughty boy last week.
That's right. We're not going to be hijacked this week. We're not going to be hijacked by your chicanery, sir.
Shut up. Kiss my ass. Shut up. Go to hell.
Fuck you, fucking jerk. Eat shit. Kiss my ass. Eat shit, fucking jerk.
But anyways, but regardless, and then, of course, we get to the finish of the match as...
But before you get to there, the little things in this match, with Owen just getting little advantages and then celebrating like it was the biggest thing ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
He won a lockup.
Woo! Yes, he gets that. And that goddamn freaking loogie he's got right there in the corner of his mouth that never goes away. I'm trying to figure out where it showed up because I'm watching the replay. He drops to his knees, 1, 2, 3, he rolls through. There it is.
And then in the interview, it's still there.
In the interview, it's still looking at you and look at me, look at me, look at me.
I'm surprised that they didn't use it. I'm surprised there wasn't a lady interviewer there and the loogie spoke and said, "Hey, bitch, want to suck on my tooth?"
Hey, look, I beat my loogie.
When he's doing the promo in the back with Todd Pettingzoo, and he's looking off to the side there, there's probably somebody going.
I just realized what you just said. Todd Pettingzoo.
What? That's his name, right?
No.
Cornette did that in the promo.
Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no! Somebody clip that, please! Oh my god! Why? Oh god! I'm about to fall out of my chair. Oh my god!
He's up. That chair rejected your ass.
Oh no!
In all seriousness,
Oh no!
this was a great opening match with a very shocking finish.
Yes.
Because remember, Owen Hart was a mid-card guy, a tag guy, and he's beating the guy who's going after the world title.
Right.
The reversal of a finisher Brett did about a few months earlier at the King of the Ring.
Right.
So it was all playing stuff in that they've done from the past.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, the finish, you had Brett on top of Owen's shoulders trying to go for a victory roll, but Owen drops him, holds him down without using the ropes, clean as a whistle.
Or pulling the tights.
Or pulling the tights. And 1, 2, 3, Owen beats Brett in 20 minutes, 21 seconds. Yeah, and that look on Owen's face.
It's great.
And then in a great interview afterwards, of course, basically saying, "I'm out of your shadow finally. Now I deserve more recognition around here."
You're out of his shadow for the next 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. You won't be wrestling with those shadows anymore.
Alright, so we go from one of the highest of highs on this show to... Up next, we get...
The lowest of lows?
Yes. The next up, mixed tag team match. We have Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon versus Doink the fucking Clown and Dink the fucking Little Clown. All I'm gonna say
not
is...
the good Doink.
Not the heel Doink that was cool. The terrible Doink.
Yeah. Ray's a good guy. Relax. I've met him. He's a good
guy. And it's a mixed tag match where Doink and Bam Bam could face each other. Luna and Dink could face each other.
Mm-hmm.
And going all the way back to the Survivor Series and the Clowns and that match, and kept building up, and
What the hell did I just hear?
Uh-oh.
I thought I heard my name. I thought I heard my name in a lady's voice for some reason.
Is your mom calling you?
Hey, Levi!
Nope.
Levi!
Shut the hell up right now, James.
It's Steph!
Oh God, you are not. Jeez, look at Scott. You've killed him now. Oh God. Anyways, all I'm going to say about this match is fuck this match. Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna defeated Doink and Dink in 6 minutes, 9 seconds. Next!
Moving on.
At least it was a short match.
You know what was the best part?
3 minutes too long, though. I would say.
The best part was the double splash when Dink moves and Luna still landed on him, and then she shoves away and then sells it like she missed.
Oh, boy.
Love that. Main squeeze. That's right. The main squeeze, Luna.
Anyways, anyways,
Moving on.
Next match number 3.
Match number 3, a first in the history of the company, at least to my recollection. Falls Count Anywhere match. We have Crush with Mr. Fuji versus the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
And actually,
name man.
and I remember, and the funny thing is, when I was talking about the recorded version that I have of the show, it had the countdown show. So this was the only way you could see the promo package leading into this match was on the countdown show, going back to late 1993, where Crush and Randy were friends until Crush viciously attacks Randy. And then gradual build goes on, and then we get to this match. And this match, I'm going to say it right now, a lot of people out there want to shit on this match for some reason. Dare I say this is one of the top 5 most underrated matches in the history of WrestleMania. I thought this match was really fucking good, and proof that Savage, even at 40-41, could still fucking go.
I can understand why people hate this match, because this was Randy's last WrestleMania match, and you had seen him have some great WrestleMania matches before this, and then his final one is this. It's like, it's not a bad match, but
it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Hate,
in the legacy of
Randy Savage, I did hate about this is structure of it, where you have to get the pinfall, then go back to the ring.
For a minute.
That's the one thing about this match I didn't like.
Within the first 30 seconds, he loses. Like,
with a drop on the guardrail and a pin, and then, okay, you got 60 seconds to get up. And still, at 59, rolls into the ring. Like, something's off there. That's where I get a little like, with this match.
And the finish was kind of...
it was kind of botched.
They screwed that one up. And I bet you Randy was kicking himself in the ass after that. Like, God damn it. We
didn't do what I wrote down for you in the locker room 2 months ago, brother. Supposed to do it like this. This is how we're supposed to do it, yeah. I'm gonna call from Eric Bischoff. I think I'm gonna take it, yeah.
And no, Ricky, this was not during the Savage Stephanie rumor. That wouldn't come till much later in the year.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Let that freaking rumor go,
I don't
people.
believe it either. I don't believe it. Yeah, let it go, people. Anyways.
Go.
But yeah, personally, despite... And Zach said basically felt like this match felt more like a blend of Texas Deathmatch rules with a count after a pinfall. Which, if they wanted it to be, why not? Well, because it's PG and you couldn't call it a Texas Deathmatch.
Deathmatch, yeah.
But still, regardless... I really, really liked this match. It was a really good match between these two. Arguably Crush's best match he had in the company. And that ain't really saying much, but still. But yeah, the finish, it was botched, only for the reason that Savage didn't tie up Crush all the way, and his weight pulled the rope down. Creative finish, but it just didn't execute properly.
It was a Memphis.
At least there was no duct tape, and there was no handcuffs.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, it was basically a Memphis finish. So,
but in the end, Randy Savage defeated Crush in 9 minutes 49 seconds.
That's the other thing too. It's very short.
Yeah, it probably could have gotten more out of it if there was 5 extra minutes, and it probably would have.
And apparently, all the matches that went long on the night, this was one of the matches that went long.
Yeah, and that's weird. Because it seems like this should go longer as opposed to other matches on the show we'll get to.
Yeah. But moving on to the first of 5 championship matches of the night for the WWF Women's Championship. Champion Alundra Blaze defending against Leilani Kai.
Yeah.
And this
Leilani Kai, another individual who was on the first WrestleMania.
That's true.
Defending the women's title at that time against Wendy Richter.
The interesting thing about this was Alundra Blaze had an original opponent, then they took it off, and there was just Alundra Blaze in action, and then they added Leilani Kai for really no reason other than, she was at the first WrestleMania, let's have her here again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And really, bad match. It's very basic. There's nothing like spectacular about it, but it's still fine. It gets the job.
The heel in black, the face in white, and...
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's basic as you can get. A lot of heat on Alundra, and German.
Lawler calling Alundra Blaze ugly every 5 minutes.
Of course, that's typical. Yeah, that's the other bad thing about this show. Not only do we have Lawler, we have McMahon and Lawler. Ugh.
And this was Lawler's first night back in the WWF after all the kerfuffle and the fall in '93.
Yeah.
Likes them.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But anyways, in the end, Alundra Blaze defeated Leilani Kai to retain the Women's Championship in 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
It went long, right?
Moving on to the next match, the second of 5 championship matches on the night for the WWF Tag Team Championships. Champions the Quebecers, Jacques and Pierre, with Johnny
Not
Polo
Mounties. Polo Fever, catch it.
versus Men on a Mission, Mabel and Mo with Oscar. It's so weird looking back at Raven as Johnny Polo. Why?
No wonder he used drugs.
Yeah.
Let's do it, boy! I saw that during the Countdown show when he was hyping up something on the night.
And I got to give credit. I mean, this match is there. I don't think there's anything spectacular about it. But fucking Raven, Johnny, Scotty, whatever you want to call him, he like sells the shit when he's trying to get in the ring and like Oscar is holding him back and he is just like scrambling like crazy. It's like the best sell in the entire freaking match is from the manager.
Which you can tell if this were a fucking if this were a fucking shoot, Johnny would have kicked the shit out of Oscar.
Oh,
no
absolutely.
question.
Oscar was just a rapper that Vince saw.
Don't grab me when I do that. Grab me like this. Grab me like this. Yeah, do it like that. Yeah, do it like that. That's
And fun fact about this, Mabel in this match became the youngest competitor in WrestleMania history up to this point. He was only like 23 at this point.
22, 23, yeah. But, yeah, I thought this match was...
It was there.
It's there. It's nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
It's not horrible. It's not great. It's okay.
It's just...
With a lame finish.
It's just, yeah, lame finish, and that's sort of why I hate this match so much, is that, yeah, it ends in a count-out. This is for a championship.
Then they celebrate with the belts.
That too. It's like, really? This is like, I don't know which is worse. This or SummerSlam 93 where they celebrate Luger winning despite not winning the title.
Well,
even
and
the
they
Duck
did the same
agrees it
thing
was
the year
stupid.
prior at WrestleMania when the Mega Maniacs celebrated with the tag titles.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with the briefcase. But also realize the only guy still wrestling in this match is PCO.
Yeah. Which
That's
is,
Not
like-
human.
What a resurgence.
I
Just
know.
crazy how he has made that huge comeback he did.
Yeah. And Arthur just pointed out, you know what sucks? Jacques won the belts as a Quebecer, but never as a fabulous Rougeau.
Good
The
point.
That's
all
true.
American boys.
Raymond was holding him back,
All
man.
American
Yeah.
boys. From Montreal to Memphis, Parley Brew Francais.
You know way more of that song than you should, James. Way more.
But anyways, Men on a Mission defeated the
We're
Quebecers.
not the Mounties. We're handsome,
We're the
brave, we're strong. They're not the Mounties. Even though they are the Mounties.
Maltese, yeah.
Yeah. But in the end, Men on a Mission defeated the Quebecers by countout in 7 minutes 41 seconds, with the Quebecers retaining the titles.
Whoop, there it is.
Men Mountain Schlock.
Yeah. Now we're into the midway point of the show, and now we get to the third of 5 championship matches and the first of 2 WWF championship matches with Mr. Perfect as referee. We have Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji and Jim Cornette defending against Lex Luger. So now to go back. So this all stems back to the summer of 93, where during 4th of July, they had on the USS Intrepid the body slam competition. Seemed like nobody was going to be...
Hero.
Red, white, and blue bus.
Yeah, so it seemed like nobody could slam Yoko until out of nowhere comes the narcissist Lex Luger.
A helicopter.
On a
Hip lock!
helicopter.
Hip lock!
On a
It
helicopter.
was not a
and
body
then-
slam. It was a hip toss.
Mhm.
And then slams
Which that would have been
Yokozuna.
more impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been. Yeah.
But yeah, Luger slams Yoko and then begins the Lex Express. Yay! Unfortunately, because of rumor innuendos that the roster threatened to walk out if Luger got the belt at SummerSlam.
Which wasn't true.
No, that's not true.
They wanted the big moment here at WrestleMania, which understand where they were coming from, but at the same time, they had momentum for SummerSlam and they fucking blew it.
Mm-hmm. They really did. So, and then, of course, everything going through with Survivor Series, and then the Rumble with Luger and Brett getting
co-winners. Luger is never supposed to get another shot at the title again.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big thing from SummerSlam. But, hey, let's just break it, because fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Now, of course, to answer the big question, because I know, and James, you know this, you did a From the Vault about this particular topic, and as people often ask, especially in recent years, why didn't they just do a triple threat match? Well, they weren't a thing in the company yet. In fact, the only triple threat I can remember prior to this was just a few weeks before with Terry Funk Sabu and Shane Douglas at ECW.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's like they would not have been able to do it.
There have been others previous to that, but more in local regional promotions.
Yeah.
Nothing like major.
Nothing like that was nationally recognized.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So there's your simple answer. They just weren't a thing yet, and you wouldn't see a triple threat until '97.
And nobody in the business likes triple threats.
The weird thing is, Lex Luger won the coin toss, but he got the first match. It's like, shouldn't you, if you win the coin toss, get the main event match?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You think, yeah. But, because reasons. Also,
we had the debut of Lex Luger's brand new theme, and he came out and had a horrible poker face. Like, you could tell, like, yeah, he was not going to win.
Nope.
Just came out all dejected. Mm-hmm. As Vince, yes, he's going to be the champion.
Oh, God, yeah, Vince virtually jacking him off every chance he got. Good Lord.
Gary Stridham. Wow.
Look at his massive arms. How dare you tell me he ain't championship material, damn it. But anyways.
Like, by this point, the fans didn't care.
Yeah, they blew all the momentum at SummerSlam, and nobody gave a crap about it.
Nobody was buying at the time that he was going to win here. Yeah. And then with the advent of Mr. Perfect coming in as the referee.
Yeah, dating their pajamas back to the year prior.
Yeah, his pajamas, yeah, like James said.
Without the nightcap.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, and also, Rhonda Shear, the guest timekeeper, and Donnie Wahlberg, the ring announcer. Why Donnie? You should have gotten Marky, and that would have been a lot better. But anyways. Because I like Mark Wahlberg. Maybe not early on, because good Lord, he was a bad rapper, but thank God he moved to acting.
Then we got Rhonda Shear to keep everybody up all night.
Yes. Oh, I love Rhonda Shear.
Yeah.
Love Rhonda Shear.
But
there's a reason why it was called Up All Night.
That's right. Well, it was also Rhonda Shear and Gilbert Gottfried. He was also a host of that show.
Oh, well, we...
What am I supposed to do with the little creep? He's been transferred back here like 12 times! I can't quite do Gilbert Gottfried, I'm sorry. But anyway.
I was just doing it, but you ran right over me, so forget it.
Yeah. But anyways, so this match, honestly...
Oh, it's horrible. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
Too long, too slow, nobody cares.
Yeah, too many rest holds. Way too many.
Well, Yoko at this point, he could go, but in short spurts.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But they do that damn trapeze thing I mentioned earlier like 3 times.
Yeah.
And they do the same comeback out of it twice. Mm-hmm. Like duck, and cut him off with a body check thing and put him right back into it. It's like, crowd is like not buying it at all.
Yeah. And also, it didn't help also that the finish was probably the worst finish of the entire night. So the ending sequence...
Bullshit.
So the ending sequence sees Luger hit Yoko with the steel-plated forearm, and then Fuji and Cornette on the apron. Luger's taking care of them both. Perfect's looking around checking on Fuji and Cornette as Luger has the pin. He grabs Perfect like, count the damn pin! And first time, then Perfect goes check on Fuji. What are you doing? Ding, ding,
pushes
ding.
him.
Pushes him, and then
That constitutes qualification.
Yeah. Yokozuna
You do not
defeats
put
Lex
your hands
Luger.
on an official. If you do that, that's a DQ. To be fair, Perfect was calling it by the rules. You don't touch the referee.
Yep.
It's just the fact of this, all the histrionics and chicanery. Like, just get to it, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I had no ulterior motive. Just because you knocked me out at WrestleMania 9. I mean...
No, just a thing. Water under the bridge.
Yeah, and of course, so Yokozuna defeated Lex Luger via disqualification in 14 minutes, 40 seconds.
First loss on television in his WWF run.
Yeah, and then of course, post-match, when you saw the post-match, you would have assumed, are they going to start doing another Perfect Luger feud? Well, that
they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Then, my back, Lloyd's of London, I need my money.
Yeah.
You love Perfect, but, I mean, they abused Lloyd's of London, every single wrestler who ever had it, which is why they don't insure wrestlers anymore.
So after that chicanery, we get to a throwaway squash match. It's Earthquake versus Atom Bomb with Harvey Whippleman. Well, before the match, you had Howard Finkel out there with his hairpiece, introducing Harvey Whippleman, and then Whippleman takes the mic and then rips his suit up, his tux off, and then Howard pushes him, and then out comes Atom Bomb getting ready to hit Howard, and then Earthquake comes out. No music. Comes out, slam, Earthquake splash, 1, 2, 3... Earthquake defeats Atom Bomb in 35 seconds.
Originally supposed to be Earthquake and Ludwig Borga, but Borga quit the company by this point.
Yeah. But after a few missteps, now we're back to the good stuff. Up next, the penultimate match of WrestleMania 10 and the 4th of 5 championship matches of the night. Ladder match for the undisputed WWF Intercontinental Championship. The real champion, Razor Ramon, defending against the previous champion, Shawn Michaels with Diesel. Now you love
the real belt.
Yeah. But of course, this all builds back up to the prior fall where Shawn got suspended for testing positive for steroids, even though he still claimed to this day he wasn't taking roids, he was on prescription pills.
Whatever.
It is what it is.
To be fair, Shawn had a lot of vices, but I don't think steroids were one of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was fat, but
he was on them, but
he was just
he was
bulking
fat,
up with,
but it was at a point where
eating
he
a
was
lot.
going meal for meal and drink for drink with Nash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then of course, like Vince, like, well, we need the belt back. I ain't sending the belt back. Well, it's our belt. Well, this is mine. I want it fair and square, and until you have me lose it in a match, I'm keeping it. Fine.
What a mark.
Make a new one.
Fine, make a new one. And to be honest, as much shit we give Shawn for the shit back then, I honestly feel like we should owe him a debt of gratitude, because had it not been for that, we wouldn't have gotten this match. And then we get this match.
It worked out.
It all worked out. And we get this match. One of the all-time classic matches of WrestleMania, and the match that pretty much set the tone for the ladder matches for the years to come.
The most famous ladder match of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for its time, like, yeah, we know you see crazier shit in ladder matches these days, but you can't forget, well, this ain't even the first ladder match they ever did. They did the test one with Brett and Shawn in 92. And
they had about a dozen ladder matches on the house show circuit between these two, and I've seen some fan cam of those ladder matches. Those ladder matches were pretty damn good.
Yeah, and they just take the best of those matches and put them all together, and this is one you got from it.
And to think, Vince originally didn't want anyone else to do a ladder match except for Brett. But things changed, and honestly, it changed for the better. And, I mean, the psychology of this match, the way they used the ladder, was cool, you know, using it by throwing it at each other, doing dives off the top of the ladder, Shawn using it as a teeter-totter to splash on top of Razor.
That was all innovative stuff you did not see at that
the time. Yeah.
They were telling a story, unlike ladder matches of today, where
it's just
there's
spot
no
fest.
story.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the last ladder match I can remember that had any semblance of storytelling was Mania 32, the stuff with Zayn and Owens. That was it. So
A lot of ladder matches today blur together, so
Yeah,
I can't even remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll shout out Luke Harper and Dolph Ziggler for their definite ladder match. But yeah, I mean, this is the one that set the tone. It was the template for all ladder matches to come after that. And, they knew they had lightning in a bottle and they were just going to make something memorable. And the famous story after this show is Macho Man going up to Razor after the match.
Want to tell you, it was a great match and you're very selfish.
But also, this is why I say Trunks Fu, because there was the moment in the match where Razor pulled Sean's trunks, revealing his ass to the whole world.
He did the bare ass elbow I told you about.
Yeah, and
that was a quick thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Vince saying, well, Shawn Michaels is making a you-know-what out of
himself. Out of himself.
Just, I don't care if it's PG, Vince, just say
another unbelievable foo.
So many.
Unbelievable. The WWF, unbelievable.
Yeah, from Harbaugh.
WrestleMania.
Now, the one thing I do hate is when people say that this was the match where Shawn wrestled a ladder and Razor was just there.
That's a crock of shit.
It's like they both played their role.
Yeah.
Scott takes crazy bumps in this one. He goes over the top to the concrete, straight down. Everything else. They're doing a lot of weird shit with each other that you did not expect to see guys like that do that. So they both deserve a lot of credit for it.
Yeah. And, of course, there was also almost a little bit of panic because the ladder bent a little bit, like on the hinges, bent a little bit from when Razor slammed him off, and you could see ladder, oh, shit. That could have been disastrous, but luckily...
They had a spare under the ring, just in case. Kind of had to.
Just in case something like that were to happen. Luckily, they didn't have to.
Imagine if they didn't have a backup.
Oh, God, yeah.
You use it. It's broken. Fuck it, use it.
Use it. Get up there. I've been in ladder matches too where we've only had one ladder. So you had to be really careful with it and bump around it.
Oh, jeez.
Ladder matches are not fun. I never like doing them. So.
But yeah, then you get to the finish, which I really like the finish. So Shawn's going up, and they're both up there, and then Razor goes back down, runs the ropes, shoulder tackles the ladder, Shawn gets his legs stuck in the ropes, and just as he gets out, he gets his arm stuck while Razor's climbing up, pulls down both belts.
That was all ad-lib, because he got unhooked too early, so he just hooked his arm.
Yeah.
Because it was Shawn's finish.
Yeah, smooth, but it was a smooth back.
Smooth as hell, and great work on it. You see when Shawn crotches himself, he's selling it and then positioning that ankle just so he can take the bump, but now he's caught. Scott gets the ladder, up he goes. Shawn gets out too soon, like he said, gets the arm in there, and it's like the best timing. You could never plan this. Scott gets both those belts and yanks him off, and as he comes down, you see Shawn fly into the shot, trying to cut him off in something. It's just the way it's timed and everything like that. Just a great moment. And then it was Shawn calling the audible to Scott saying, get back up the ladder with both belts. Because Scott was done. He wasn't going to go back up there. And then Shawn told Hebner to tell him, go back up and pose with both belts. Oh, okay. And Scott went up there.
Iconic shot that if he had a nickel for every picture he signed of that moment, he would have at least 3.
Yeah. So in the end, Razor Ramon defeated Shawn Michaels to retain the Intercontinental Championship in 18 minutes, 47 seconds. So originally after this match was supposed to be the 10-man tag, but then it got cut due to time. So now we're on to the main event of the night and the 5th and final championship match and the second of 2 WWF Championship matches with Rowdy Roddy Piper's referee, Jenny Garth, special guest timekeeper, and the late great Burt Reynolds as the ring announcer.
Okay, and the Bandit.
You see, drunk.
He might have been a little bit. But
apparently Jenny Garth was like a real bitch or some shit.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I can see that. And probably Burt was on a lot of painkillers at the time.
He had that broken hand.
Yeah. So yeah, he was not. You could say he was like not there.
As the main event of WrestleMania, the World Championship.
Do you see how big the words were written on that damn card?
Yeah.
Like wow. And then Bruce
referee Rowdy
I'm a big fan of this guy, and I think you are too. Rowdy Piper, and a lot of coke. That's right, Ricky. Bruce Pritchard told the story about actually going up to Burt to explain to him how to do introducing in the ring, and Burt was like, "You know what you should have done? You should have said to me, Mr. Reynolds, I understand you are a long-standing careered actor, and you probably have a lot of ideas on how to do this, and maybe know how to do it yourself. So maybe you should tell me how I would do this." And Bruce just like melted in his chair. Just, like, did that to him. Was like, "Okay, sir, I'm sorry. Well, how would you like to do it?" Burt Reynolds, man, he's mostly on pills because of the stunt work. That's how he started. He was a stunt man and eventually got, into the sex symbol type thing and started doing the movies and all that stuff. But stunt work was where he started. So he had a respect for it in that kind of aspect to it. But he's just like, and that hairpiece is horrible.
Yeah.
It was worse than Fink's. So.
But yeah, Yokozuna defending against Bret Hart. So Bret, of course, getting the main event in this show. This match, not as good as her match at 9, but it wasn't bad either. It was okay. It was okay.
This match, you don't have to do all the usual shit for a match. Everything's already been established. You don't have to do the shine and the heat and all that stuff. You can just they get right to it. When the match starts, it gets right in there. Yoko attacks him right away, and they just get right to business and get everything done. And
did have the thing of Bret selling his knee from earlier in the night, which he was selling from the Rumble.
Right. So you had that. You had Yoko, who was tired from his match with Luger. Piper does a way better job as a referee here than Perfect does. Granted, storyline-wise, he couldn't be a good referee, but Piper does a great job. Good on Jim Cornette. He gets a shot from Roddy Piper, and when Cornette was a kid, Piper was his hero, so he got to have that moment, so good for him.
He cut that promo before main event.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that great promo. Mm-hmm. So good. You got that purring kitten in your hand.
What a sweet fucking jacket he had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And tennis
racket. That was the biggest payday he said he ever got in the WWF. I think that was $10,000 or $15,000. He got that one night. That was his biggest payday as a manager in the WWF.
Wow.
And he made way more working for Jimmy Crockett.
Yeah. And then we get to the finish where Yoko basically has Bret beat, going to go for the bonsai drop, but loses his balance on the second rope, falls back. Bret moves out of the way. Pin, 1, 2, 3. Bret Hart defeats Yokozuna to become the new WWF champion in 10 minutes, 38 seconds. And then post-match, Luger comes out, and it seemed like, are they going to go out? Nope. Shake hand, hug, hand raise, and then out comes pretty much every babyface imaginable. Savage, Razor, Tatanka, The Kid, Holly.
This was Bret's finish.
Yeah, Bret's moment in the sun. Vince even comes in. Gorilla, all the
Pat
celebrities come back out there, Pat Patterson, and then of course Owen coming out, and he's like, "What about me? I beat you. What about me? What about Owen?
What about the Nugget?"
Yeah, setting up perfect storytelling for the remainder of the year.
Because now Owen, he's the number one contender. Because he beat the champion.
I beat the champion. I'm number one contender. I deserve the title shot. So,
yep. So, perfect way to end the show and a perfect segue to
the launch the rest of the year. New generation, the next decade of the WWF.
4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. From here until February 97. But anyway. So, overall...
Yeah, Oh, now go. Go.
So overall, despite a couple of missteps, I'd say one of the top 10 best WrestleManias of all time. For me personally, because I mean, you start things off so perfectly with like I said, the greatest opener in the history of the show. You had a really good Falls Count Anywhere match, couple of decent title matches, a classic ladder match, and yeah, really the only things that I hated about this show was the mixed tag and the tag title match, personally. And other than that, if you guys have never seen WrestleMania 10, go watch it. No doubt. So now,
Started off with a great wrestling match, and you ended with great storytelling of Brett. He's the guy now.
Yeah, but in the long run, for me, it's still just a 3-match show. I don't really see anything special about any of the other matches. Opening match, ladder match, last match. That's pretty much it. I mean, maybe Falls Count Anywhere, depending on my mood for the day, but otherwise, it's a 3-match card. So...
But
they all delivered, so...
Yeah. And now on to the favorite, least favorite, and sleeper match. For me, my favorite... Oh, this might be the most difficult one for me yet, because you know which two it's between. It's between Bret Owen and Shawn and Razor.
In the ladder, yeah.
But if I had to pick one definite favorite from this show, because I fucking... mimicked this match as a kid, whether it be with friends of mine across the road from my old house on the trampoline or just in my room with a big giant body pillow. I'm gonna go with Razor and Shawn by it. It's like 50.1% to 49.9 to Bret and Owen. It's that close, but I'm gonna give it to the ladder match. Least favorite, the mixed tag. Just fuck that match. Fuck that match up the ass. And then for the sleeper, Falls Count Anywhere match, because I feel people should give that match a little bit more credit. And yeah, botched finish and all, but still, it was a really good match and showed that Macho could still go. Vince! Anyways, James?
My favorite was the ladder match. My least favorite was the mixed tag. My sleeper was the main event.
Scott?
I'm like you, Levi. I'm, right on the cusp there between ladder match and Bret and Owen. Honestly, I'm so freaking over that ladder match because I've heard so much about it for years. Just like, you know what? Bret and Owen, in my opinion, better story, better wrestling, best opener in WrestleMania history, and so forth. So I'm going to give the edge to that match for my favorite. My least favorite is Yoko and Lex. I absolutely hate this match. The mixed tag, at least I got to see some of Luna's ass. I'm good with that. So that saved it for me. That's where my mind thinks. Okay, folks? So, but yeah, Yoko and Lex was absolutely deplorable. It's an abomination, an abortion, everything you hate about the business. With a bad match, bad finish, too long, everything about it. Fuck that match. And the sleeper, I'm with James, Yoko and Bret. I think it's a good match, good story, psychology-wise. I know Arthur made a comment that Yoko didn't go after Bret's knee not once. It's because Yoko does not have offense for the knee. He is never a man who's gone for the knee. He is always a man who tries to power you down. That's the psychology of his character. So he would not go after the knee. He will try to muscle you down and squash you. That's his deal. So that's why. So, but yeah, that's what I say with that.
And now for Push Job Endeavor. What is
Push Job Endeavor. This is gonna be simple, real simple, folks. I don't. There's two names here that are going to be tough to figure out which ones I think. One that won't be, and I did it just for you guys. Crush, Atom Bomb, Doink the Clown.
Endeavor Doink. Endeavor Doink. That's immediate. Right, that's immediate.
Endeavor Doink. Yeah.
Endeavor Doink.
Now Push and Job.
This is the tough one.
Yeah,
the Future Chronic, mind you.
The Future Chronic. Yeah, can you believe that? I guess I would push Crush and Job Atom.
Yeah.
Because at least Crush has some name value to him at this point.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat want to throw that out there? For me, too, it's tough. I mean, the obvious thing is to just kind of push Crush. Because he had this match with Savage. You could see him. You could have seen Crush or Atom Bomb go into a program with Taker. Probably Crush would probably have better matches than I was about to say that Brian would, but which Brian? Then Brian Clark would. But yeah, so it's up in the air. But yeah, I'd say probably push Crush, job Adam and Endeavor boy Ray Apollo. I was on one show with Ray Apollo, and he's a very quiet dude. I remember when he didn't have the gimmick on. When you met him, it was like, "Hi, I'm Ray. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you." It was very quiet, intimidating looking motherfucker with no makeup on. He looks like he will kill you. He's one of those guys. He's one of those old school guys that would hold promoters out windows for the payday and all that stuff. He did that stuff. But once he put the gimmick on and put the makeup on, he is like a total different guy. He was living the gimmick. He'd start throwing jokes at you and just like doing goofy shit backstage and just like stealing shit and doing all that stuff. So yeah, he was committed to that gimmick, even though like 10,000 people have done it. Yeah, it's the ongoing doing.
With pushing Crush, the March to WrestleMania special, he beat Brett in their match. So you could have done a little program with them.
You could have. Yeah, I definitely would have seen Crush take on Taker because Crush helped out with taking him out at the Rumble. And because they were both really good close friends backstage, they probably could have put on a good match.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but now let's answer some questions and just hang out for another hour. So let's hang out. I'm going back through the chat to find some questions from earlier. Arthur asked earlier, who was sexier on this night, Jenny Garth or Rhonda Shear? Rhonda Shear.
Rhonda Shear.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
After all, her tits were very visible on this night.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Then he asked earlier, where do you guys all rank the ladder match in terms of all-time ladder matches? Top.
Oh, yeah, it's in top, yeah.
It's at the top, no question.
The importance of the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because remember, and it's like, it makes you wish we could go back to the way things were with ladder matches instead of it just being all about crazy spots. Keep crazy spots, but let it tell a story, for crying out loud.
Have two guys, let's have an old school ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
Not introduce the ladder in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, don't put ladders all around the set, and don't make them all wood painted gray.
Yeah.
Let's have some legitimacy somewhat. I know it's kayfabe, brother, but still, have the one ladder and the spare under the ring, and that's all you got. And they're real ladders. You got to make it work, guys. You can't just fall back on what the production crew can do to save your ass. Tell a story and not worry about. Use the ladder to what it's supposed to be there for, to climb up. See what you can do with that. What a concept.
Yeah.
Who do you think would be able to do that in modern wrestling?
Nowadays?
I would say Seth could do it.
Seth could do it, yeah.
Yeah, I could see Seth doing it. Maybe Roman.
Roman could definitely do it.
I think Roman could definitely go for it.
Roman could do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anybody else right now.
There's a lot of guys nowadays that could have that old school ladder match James is referring to. The problem is they're not going to let him do that now.
Yeah,
they're just not.
Yeah, because
if you don't have the pull or the stroke to say that, they ain't going to do it. They ain't going to let him do it.
Yeah, which sucks because, and this gets back to a bigger philosophical question about, or not philosophical question, philosophical point about wrestling, is that just let the wrestlers be able to tell the stories themselves and get the crowd invested instead of doing what you guys want them to tell.
Yeah.
Because what you guys want them to tell ain't working for us, brother.
Nope.
But that's a story for another time.
I mean, if there's one other guy, he ain't in this company, he's in AEW, that's Jericho. He could probably still do it.
Oh.
He could tell a story like that. So.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah, give me Jericho and MJF in a ladder match. I think that could be an old school.
Oh, yeah, I think they could do that for sure. I'm still looking around for questions. Arthur then asked, if that rivalry between Perfect and Luger was resurrected, how would it have been different in 94 than it was in 93? Well, Luger would have been the face, Perfect would have been the heel, unlike the year before where Perfect was the face, Luger was the heel, so you'd have a different dynamic. But, I mean, honestly...
Probably would have been the SummerSlam match.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it probably would have been a SummerSlam match.
Hmm.
But what would happen? Like, who would win? That's the other question.
Luger.
Probably
I mean, it
would have
was-
been Luger.
It would be the decline of Lex Luger down the card after the mega push he had gotten a year prior. And, Perfect was great in that mid-card status there, kind of like the gatekeeper.
Mm.
But it wouldn't have done any kind of crazy business. Now, granted, at the time, they're just scrambling for anything. So, it probably just could have been something to kind of tide the fans over. But nothing that would have set the world on fire.
Would have been better than what we ended up getting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not by much.
Yeah. And then Arthur asked, do you guys think that was a fast count Piper did in the Yoko Brett match? Yes.
Well, yeah.
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 1, 2, 3. Like, that is a little bit faster than the traditional. 1, 2, 3. That's the traditional cadence. Like,
Every referee has their own
1,002,
cadence
1,003.
Right. I mean, on this show, Hebner's doing the 1, 2, and then the big wind up, falsy. Which I was like, okay, we got the point, Earl.
Kevin Nash talk about how he hates that dramatic 1, 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you're basically
Have a regular
telegraphing
count.
shit. Yeah.
Right.
Ricky then asked, was not expecting a 2021 Hall of Fame ceremony, so that got me thinking who else can get inducted this year. Well, they're combining 2020 and 2021 this year, so they can get everybody that was supposed to have gotten their ceremony last year. So, which I kind of saw coming.
Molly Holly's been announced officially.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rumors are Rob Van Dam is going to be announced. I haven't heard anything confirming that yet, but it's a rumor.
Yeah.
Now, I was on the phone with Walt earlier, and we were talking about, okay, what if RVD was going to be inducted? Who's going to induct him? How about Sabu? And Sabu would just get so toasted that he would just bitch about Vince and Triple H all night, and then say, okay, yeah, here you go, Rob.
Yeah.
And the ring. Yeah, by the way, Vince, I sold my uncle's ring for Coke money, and just do that shit. But then imagine this now. Imagine Matt Riddle meeting Sabu backstage. Neither one's gonna know who each other is. They're not gonna know each other, but they're gonna get so freaking blitz toked up with each other.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like Riddle will be like, bro, are you like a Hayabusa mark?
Oh, wow.
And they're like, Sabu, who the fuck are you, kid?
Yeah.
But if there was ever to be the Jay and Silent Bob of wrestling, Sabu and Rob Van Dam,
Yes.
man, they were. And
I mean,
now
hell.
it could be Sabu and Riddle.
And you know what's there is a picture out there on the internet of someone photoshopping Sabu's face on Silent Bob and RVD's face on Jay.
There you go.
I
That's
think I might have that picture on the computer. Probably not, but I used to have it on the old computer, but because I think
I'm the World Tag Team Champion with you, Sabu.
Well, hold on, Daddy. Hold on. We're going to let Sabu say something right now.
But real quick, speaking of RVD and Sabu, I was, funny enough, while I was at work today, two of my coworkers were talking about some, getting pulled over shit that they've had in the past. I brought up the big story that in 2006, during the summer, they did a house show in Huntington, West Virginia, which was a place I always used to go for house shows, and they were driving through Route 52, which is very close to where I am. And they're going through Hanging Rock, Ohio, aka the worst speed trap, not just in Ohio, but in the fucking country. Fuck Hanging Rock. If I ever get to drive, never going through that place for anything.
Bad boys. What you
gonna
gonna
do?
do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
But yeah, RVD and Sabu were driving through Hanging Rock, and they get pulled over for speeding, so I was like, okay, alright. But then the cops find pot in the dash. And then they get arrested. And
15 years ago, different time, folks. Different
this
time.
was 15 years ago. And what makes this worse, this was when RVD was ECW and WWE champion.
Whoops.
The world champion, Rob Van Dam. I've heard of you. Rob, I'm the whole fucking show. You can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
RVD 420 said I just smoked your ass. And Levi.
Damn it! I was trying to wait until I was gonna say, and then in the past 20 seconds, times that by about 30 was my reaction to that story when I first heard it. It was like, what?
Then he lost the WWE and ECW title on
back-to-back
back-to-back
nights, and then suspended.
Poor bastard. And suspended.
But still, RVD, come on. The dumbest thing a world champion has ever done to lose their belts is to get.
And I guarantee you, he didn't give a shit.
No,
yeah.
It was like Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan breaking kayfabe in '88.
Oh, fuck off, Zach. That was not sex face.
Nice, Zach.
No,
nice.
sex faces.
Someone press subscribe on Twitch quickly.
Go
now.
ahead, do it, man. Follow him. You get more of that.
Yeah, more of that stuff. Let's make that happen.
Shut up, kiss my ass, shut up, go to hell.
Fuck you, fucking jerk. Kiss my eat shit. Really, Levi? It's that long? Wow. I've seen some of Zev's movies. They're not that good.
Yeah, they really suck.
Yeah, they really suck. Let's see what else is going on in the chat here. While he fantasizes about NASCAR or something like that, whatever he thinks about. The snaggletooth chick who sold him a bunch of albums. No, I'm number one. Thank you very much.
Great! Now my cheeks hurt. Oh, okay. And by the way, Scott, how dare you? Anyways, and you know why I said that. Anyways, damn it, Ricky, don't encourage him. Jesus Christ.
Nice, Zach. I agree with that.
Anyways, back to the questions.
Diabolus. Okay, I did it.
Yeah. Anyways,
I meant.
Ricky asked,
do you think it's Undertaker's time to get inducted this year? Not yet. Not yet. Gotta wait till we have a crowd again.
Yes.
So you can give him the proper.
Well, actually, honestly, after what happened in 2019, no more crowds for the Hall of Fame. I'm going to say right now.
I'm not saying. I'd say you want to have a crowd, fine, but not in an arena. You have it in a smaller venue, like they did, like 2004, 2005.
Yeah, that's true.
You definitely don't have it in a ring with that clear of access.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, to go back to that, we kind of should have seen that coming when they decided to change the way the Hall of Fame was done. Instead of being on a stage, instead you do it in the ring and there's no barricades.
Yeah.
That was a terrible idea. I wonder if they would have probably changed it up last year had things gone as planned.
Oh, yeah.
They would have changed.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
Would have been totally different. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Zach just said in Twitch, let Undertaker get inducted when the Hall of Fame comes to Texas next year. And that's the perfect time to do it. So
yeah.
Make it like an all Texas class.
That would be, well, yeah, who else from Texas that's not in there that would get in with Taker? I'm trying to think.
All right, Undertaker, Funk's already in there.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase's in there. Tito
Austin's
Santana's in there.
already in
Dusty's
there.
in there. Not going to do
Booker's
Dick
already
Murdoch.
in there.
I'd say Skandar Akbar. I think he deserves. I know he never worked for Vince, but neither did Vern Gagne, so I think that's fine. Who else from that area would go in there?
Brody spent some time in Texas.
Yep. Brody could go in there. Has Hanson been inducted? Hanson hasn't been.
Yeah,
Hanson
he has.
is. Yeah,
He did.
Vader inducted him.
I'm thinking I get Vader and Hanson mixed up because Vader hasn't been.
Oh, yeah. Gory Guerrero.
Gory Guerrero. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Definitely. That would make total sense to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, or just the entire Guerrero family. I mean, you know,
yeah.
respect to Chavo and Mondo and Hector and all those guys. I think they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Gobbledygooker in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Make it happen. Let's see.
There's some other Texas people.
Yeah, it's hard to like. If you got to go back to like world class days, and you really
All
have
of them are. A lot of them are already in there.
a lot already in there. Like the bigger names that came to work for WWE, but like Skandar didn't. Iceman King Parsons didn't. Trying to think who else from that era.
Freebirds are already in.
They're already in there.
Is Haystacks Calhoun in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of those legacy guys.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Zach just hooked us up with a list of.
That's what I was going through. Well, and JBL's getting inducted with the 2020 class.
Yeah, he's already going in there.
So
yeah.
He's already going in.
Maybe not necessarily a Texas theme, but
yeah.
I
would have said Barry Windham, but he's technically already in with the horse.
In there already. Yeah, all the Guerreros. Yeah. I'd say them. Mark Henry. Well, he's already in.
He's already in.
Yeah.
Jacqueline's already in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not him. He's going in this year. Not him.
Yeah, basically, most of the Texas people are in there already.
Yeah. Mulligan's already in there.
Austin, Sean, Booker,
Ivan Putski.
Yeah. Then some of the other notable ones aren't really Hall of Famers.
No.
But everybody's in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gino Hernandez.
Yeah.
Bill Irwin.
Yeah, Bill wouldn't go in.
Chris Adams.
Chris Adams, again, same thing. I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Gary Hart. But again, never worked for Vince. But, a freaking genius. So. Yeah, Jose. I thought Jose was already in there. I thought he was like another legacy dude. Could be wrong, but
yeah,
it's or Ricky said, or do a more southern
induction.
Like
anyway.
you try to think like other in like the in between, like in the Kentucky to Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, that circle.
Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Midnight
Express. Yeah.
And to do Midnight Express, you would need Midnight Express and Jim Cornette, and there's no way they're getting Cornette.
No, not now. No.
Not now, probably not ever.
At some point, Cornette will get in. It'll be a while, but he'll get in at some point. Damn. Well, now that brings a whole nother conundrum. Who else in the South?
Sid,
yes.
I'm shocked he ain't
Sid
even in
is a Hall of Famer in life.
Luger. How in the hell is Luger not in? Makes no sense. He should be in.
I mean, he's doing stuff with the company here and there.
So what's the deal?
They're doing a documentary on him at that WWE thing, Legacy Heroes, Legends, whatever.
Oh yeah, called. On A&E.
Yep.
Yeah, which I might actually watch.
The network with the series that they started with Yoko.
Right.
Oh,
doing others.
The Icons. Okay.
And reminder.
The Icons. That's right.
And reminder: this week is when the switch over to Peacock happens. It's not fully integrated at that point. They're still on both platforms, but I think it's by April 4th. They're supposed to be
permanent.
The WWE network, I think, is supposed to be done at that point.
Yeah.
And they're not going to have everything uploaded to Peacock until like July, August. So
yeah, so it'll be.
I still canceled my network and signed up for Peacock already.
I'm gonna wait to sign up for Peacock until next week.
Yeah, I'll probably do that this week. Actually, just do the switch over.
Yeah.
Give me La Parka, Ricky. I am with you so much on that one. Yes, induct La Parka, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Peacock.
I didn't realize tonight was Facepalm Saturday. You guys are killing me with this. Pretty sure I'm going to have a handprint imprinted on my forehead. Like, Jesus Christ, guys.
That's a rib in the locker room. You go up to somebody, hey, what's 2 head plus 2 head? They say 4 head, and you just smack them. Did that several times.
Yeah, I feel like Sokka in that one episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender where he kept face palming until the end. He has so much redness on his forehead, and one of the hippie nomads was like, "I don't want to alarm you guys, but I think that kid might be the Avatar."
Now, one name that should go in the Hall of Fame, but I doubt ever will, Jim Crockett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's the same thing as that Vern Gagne thing. I mean, that set the precedent that you don't necessarily have to have had worked for Vince at any point in
Or
your
be
career.
on good terms with
Good
Vince.
terms to be in there.
Yeah.
In that respect, Crockett's probably going to go in there.
Mm-hmm. Especially considering after what happened recently, where
Now, what about Ted Turner?
oh
No.
he should, but he won't.
Ted
That would
never-
be...
No, Ted wouldn't do that. So
And you know what? Speaking of Ted Turner, I got a little mess. Oh, fuck off, Zach. I would chop my balls off if Jim Herd got in the Hall of Fame. Never happening.
You could cater Pizza Hut for the entire crew.
yes,
Hey, I'll give
Well-
Pizza Hut credit. I had dinner from there while I was in Tennessee. It was thanks to my aunt and her husband, a couple of their friends at the campground, came and brought us at our cabin some Pizza Hut pizza and wings. So fucking good. And I'm going to say right now, Pizza Hut wings are better than Buffalo Wild Wings. Fuck you, B-dubs. You suck. Anyways, because
that's a thing, I guess.
because
But
I
one
have
of
a
the-
vendetta against B-dubs after last time I ordered from there. I waited an hour in the fucking... I
Hey?
was so pissed.
Hey,
Anyways.
Levi, life's tough, get a helmet.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Fuck you guys, I'm cutting a promo.
Let it go.
Anyways, Jack Tunney
If not
for
Ted
the Hall
Turner, if
of
not Ted
Fame.
Turner,
Jack Tunney for the Hall of Fame.
Jack. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, legitimately, Jack Tunney should be in the Hall of Fame.
yes. He should.
Because he did stuff with the Canadian branch of the
Right.
company.
Right. He was promoter's
Yeah.
brother. Up
Yeah,
there.
I mean, yeah, there was a big falling out in 95, but
Mhm. Still, he belongs in there. And if Ted Turner's not going in, eventually, Eric Bischoff's going to go in.
oh, fuck it. Who inducts Bischoff?
Hogan.
Vince.
Oh, see, that...
Put all of Godfather's hoes. Well, you got Lita in there already. They need to put
Yeah, that's a good
Victoria
point,
in
yeah.
there at some point.
Okay,
Sonny's in there.
Actually-
Wait a minute. Sonny's in there too. Oh, wait, you said Godfather's host. My bad.
Yeah. Well,
now,
actually...
we mentioned Vince.
Mhm.
Eventually, when Vince goes in, who inducts Vince?
Oh, Lord.
Triple H. Or excuse me, I'm sorry. No, Shane. Shane will.
Yeah.
Once Vince is... Because Vince ain't going in until he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But he probably has like a thing where he says, as long as I'm alive, I'm not going in the Hall of Fame. It'll be after he's dead and buried or frozen or whatever.
Mhm.
And I
Which
like
could be,
Ricky.
could be another 100 years.
Yeah, I like Ricky's idea. You know what? Give me an entire Mexican WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Why not, man? Put El Santo in there. Put Blue Demon Jr. in there. Put Paraguaya in there.
The Guerrero
put,
family.
Put Conan in there. I mean, he may be a
Conan.
piece of shit now, but in Mexico at that time, he was God. So, yeah, why not put Conan in there? Yeah, so many other people could go in there from there.
Yeah. But of course, like for say this year's class, so yeah, like we said, they're doing both 2020 and 2021 this year, and Molly's already in. Sin Cara for the Hall of Fame unless he botches his speech. Brilliant,
Brilliant. Yes.
brilliant! I tell you, that's brilliant.
Okay, hold on. Time out now. We have to address this. This is hot button issues. Talk about Mexican wrestling. Andrade requests release and denied. Andrade wants to leave and they will not let him. And I'm guessing the same thing is going to happen to Aleister Black. He has
Yeah.
probably wanted to get out of there and they won't let him go.
And I can see why, because they don't want them
Put
to
him
go to
back in
AEW.
NXT.
Yeah,
That's
put
what
him
I'd
back
say.
in
Put him back
NXT.
one more.
Yeah. Because
Give me an
after all,
Aleister Black Karrion Cross feud.
I was just about to say that. Aleister Black, Karrion Cross, that's a dream feud I've been wanting to see forever now. That would be
Would love to.
that would be perfect. Now all you need is to have, for that match, you need to have Karrion Kross come out to Dimmu Borgir and Aleister Black come out to Mayhem or Emperor.
Mayhem, yeah. Yeah, good black metal. Not the
Black
shit
metal
people
match.
Now.
Because after all, Kross in the Indies, he came out to Dimmu Borgir's song. I'm trying to remember which one. I think it was Pure Titania.
So did Delirious.
That's true.
Let's come out Dimmu Borgir too. Dummy Booger. Let's get it right.
The Dimmu Burger. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
You know what's funny, Scott? I was actually watching a making of documentary for the band Borknagar when they did an album 11 years ago, and they went to
That band makes me laugh.
what, Borknagar?
Yeah, that bork.
That's true.
I suppose he's Swedish chef introduced.
But what's funny is their drummer at the time was David Kincaid, who was playing in Soulfly at the time. He's the lone American in a mostly Norwegian-Swedish band, and he's over there recording, and they go to a restaurant, and they actually literally have a Dimmu burger, which is brilliant. Well, then again, also here in the States, in New York, Chef Brian Sau, who's a big metalhead, good guitar player, but a hell of a chef, even he has a burger called a Dimmu burger with gent sauce. How cheeky are you? Anyways, gent isn't a genre, folks. It's just a guitar tone. Fuck off.
That's it.
Anyways.
Talking about hot button issues. The finish from this past Sunday's
let's
pay-per-view.
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about that.
It's gonna blow!
Popcorn fart. Now, all things considered, I did not see it, but our buddy Walter did. Now, I talked to him today. He told me straight out, it was a good show. It really was a good pay-per-view until that moment. It was prior to that moment. It's when the Good Brothers ran in. That's when the match fell apart.
Yeah.
That's completely where everything was down.
It seems like they went home early and they had to fill time.
Uh-huh.
But we're gonna blow this shit up. We set it for 30 minutes. It's gonna fucking happen.
Mm-hmm. And who came up with this idea that the match is over, but the timer's still going, they can't stop it? Yeah, guys, come on.
Then
here comes Eddie Kingston. And he's going to run out and save his old drinking buddy. And then everybody just sees Eddie and freaks and leaves. One guy. And then Eddie can't get John to wake up. And then he's hearing everything going off. And the announcers are losing their shit everywhere. And Eddie doesn't know what to do. And oh my God, my old buddy. How am I going to get him out of here? I can't get him out of here. I'm just going to cover him and save him from this destruction. And then and the aftermath. Eddie has to sell it like he's dead. Like he is whacked out, just gone.
at least they tried to explain why he did it, which to their credit, at least they tried.
They tried.
However,
yeah. But let's go back a little bit before we get to that part and talk about the press conference that good old Tony Khan had to have after the pay-per-view, where he completely no-sold it. Did not really acknowledge it, did not talk anything about it. Oh, both wrestlers are fine. Everything's okay. It's fine. Like, seriously, dude. So then you go to the TV show. And then you get Eddie Kingston having a drink with John, where you get the explanation as to why he did this. James, go ahead.
Where basically Kingston, he had flashbacks and his mind went dark.
When I was in prison, man, I was getting PTSD from being in prison. And that's the excuse they gave for that.
I had an exploding barbed wire death match on pay-per-view, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Granted, it's a cool t-shirt, but still.
Uh-huh.
Impact definitely paid for it. Basically, now that it's canon,
yep,
almost have to do a rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the stadium and actually blow shit up.
Now, from what I'm hearing, go ahead.
Granted, it was probably a botch, but now you're making it a story that Kenny created a dud, okay, you've unintentionally bait and switched your audience.
Oh yeah, completely. It was completely done that. And that was the consensus from the fans. They booed the shit out of it, called bullshit. And apparently Jazz Hands McFingerbang was yelling and screaming at the production people backstage after the poof happened. Because apparently that was not what they thought was going to take place. Now I, in my infinite stupidity, figured out exactly what they needed to do to save this fucking thing. And that is after the poof and everything goes down, Kenny Omega and Don Callis should have walked out there and just started pointing at the audience and start laughing. Like they planned for that to happen. Like, yeah, we did screw you over. Ha ha, we're the heels. We got you. So now the heat goes to them instead of on the company and the production team. And then on Dynamite, Callis, Callis could sell this. Because you notice Kenny's better with Callis than Kenny is on his own. Much like Jerry Lynn is better when he had Don Callis and Hinconer and ECW way back in the day. But regardless of that, Callis could have gone on TV and cut the promo saying, are you people that stupid? Did you really think we were going to blow this guy up? What does that say for you? What kind of people are you? You don't care about this man. You don't care about us. And we shoved it in your faces to prove how much better people we are. No, you didn't get the big, huge explosion because you people are stupid. You people are jackasses. And you people don't deserve anything like that. What you do deserve is this man as your world heavyweight champion, Kenny Omega. And then you get back into the wrestling aspect of it. Here comes Moxley. He jumps him. He jumps Kenny. We get back into it. And it saves it. It puts the heat on the champion instead of the company. But what the fuck do I know?
Also, besides all that, you've almost made it into comedy. Because it's like, I've seen bigger explosions at a fourth grade science fair. What the fuck was that?
Yep.
Yeah. All I've got to say about this is...
Hey, jackass, I did exploding barbed wire when you were still just a stain in your mother's pantyhose.
When you watch the YouTube back, folks, you'll hear the sound. You're not going to hear it.
Yeah, you're not going to...
It's like they have to do a rematch with Moxley building the bomb ring.
Yeah.
Do it cinematic.
Ricky, I appreciate that. Thank you. But I would not work for them.
He would be smart.
Yeah, I try to be. But anyways.
But, oh, you know what?
Zach, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
I'm there too.
In my sleep.
And by the way, to people who say the Great Khali is the greatest big man of all time, no. The greatest big man of all time lives in my
Great
pants.
Antonio.
You ruined my bit, James. Damn you. You
run over by the red light.
You ruined
the Vienna sausage.
James, you had one job.
God. I had a flow going and you killed it.
You had a flow.
Damn it. Take
right,
two.
Zach,
action.
Zach, I'm really starting to love Zach. I am really starting to love him now.
Take two. Action.
Take two.
Greatest big man of all time.
Like I was saying before, with AEW, is what you got to do. I thought you were talking about me. I'm sorry. Okay, you go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, take three, no interruptions, and action.
I have to fight everything from every angle. I can't. Oh my god, my cheeks are starting to hurt. Yeah, geez, thank you, Zach. I don't even think I can do it now because you guys are just ruining my mind. Oh my god, hang on just a moment. I need to... Hang on a second. Sayonara, bitches. Have a nice night.
Did you land on the bed this time?
Ah.
Right.
Maybe?
Take
You
Pick
guys
4.
made me have to take a
69.
flare pump.
All right, go ahead, do your thing.
Oh god. I don't even know what the hell I was gonna say anymore. I forgot! Damn it! Oh no, wait, now I remember. To the people out there who say that the Great Khali is the greatest big man of all time, no. The greatest big man of all time lives in my pants, and his name is Richard Hammerbush. That, my friend, is a solid answer to a great question. Yeah, the Great Khali is big, enormous, mammoth, but he pales in comparison to Dick Hammerbush. As we have fun every night. We always do. And that's it. Until next week, I'm gone and I still hate you! Oh, John Cena, back in 2006 when you were a very naughty boy. For those who don't know what the hell I'm
Probably
talking
still
about...
a very naughty boy.
Well, yeah,
Yes, yeah.
he still is, but for those who don't know what the hell I was referencing, go buy the John Cena My Life DVD, the 3rd disc. You get all of his 5 questions with the champ bits, where he goes fucking wild. I wish he still had that show going too, because oh my god, I think I've spun that disc so many times the disc is about to crack. It is insane.
Brooklyn, son of a brawler.
Yeah, there you go. And like one episode that they
Brooklyn
didn't
brawler.
And like one episode they didn't put on there that I found on YouTube a long time ago, Cena's looking at on the side, looking at Lombardi, and Lombardi comes in, shoves him out, and goes, "You are a piece of brawler," and then walks off.
Good talk, good talk.
And they call you the Big Show?
Thank you, Val Venus, yes. Giggity.
Oh god, the police are across the street at my neighbor's house again. What did they do?
What did you do, Zach, and set them up for? Don't lie.
You know it's drugs.
See what I mean when I say I probably would not last in the wrestling business because I can't sell longer than like 5 seconds. I'm just,
Take 50.
Well, we got through all that anyways.
Take 70.
Damn it, you skipped over 69. You had the perfect chance to say take 69.
Mm-hmm.
But
I already said that earlier.
Did.
I said that earlier.
Oh, well.
Take 71. 71 is 69 with 2 fingers up your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, lordy.
James knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Crabs, ass, butt, honey, tuck his bum, buns, cheek, screw, lay, diddle, plow, hump, bang, poke, batter, wham, knock up, bugger, brown, jugs, bazooms, knockers, knobs, lungs.
Oh, my God.
Committed to memory.
Son of a bitch. But,
Did you call me?
I'll fight you.
I'll fight you, bro. Come at me. Sabu.
give me just another second. Max, fetch me my sedative.
He's going to hurt himself, folks. Watch this.
Testing memories. Oh!
And clip it.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, counting down the Christmas clock. Old, young, big, small. Blast this Christmas music. It's joyful and
Triumphant. Uh-huh. Ricky says, that reminded me when we started the podcast, the amount of takes we would do.
I don't know what's gotten into me tonight.
It's the jacket. It's the vest you're wearing.
It makes me go wild.
Power of the denim. Power of the denim.
Yeah, now all I need is leather, and I got denim and leather. Which I have said I need to get a leather jacket to put this over top, and I'd have my outfit completed. I already got the shoes and the jeans, so I'm all set with that. Ooh. Ricky's like, that reminded me a lot when we started Oarsman Podcast, the amount of times or the amount of takes we would do. Oh yeah, back in the recording era of that show, before we started going live. Oh,
It looks like Zach clipped it.
yeah, he just clipped me going Jim Carrey. And honestly, I can't think of a better way to end the show than that. So, yeah, that was
What was the topic this week? I completely forgot.
But anyway, so that was WrestleMania 10. Next week, you might see me do more flare bumps next week. Because next week, you can't talk about anything without mentioning the bad stuff. We're going WrestleMania 11.
And I was there.
Feel bad for
And
you.
all I got was a shitty T-shirt.
I didn't even get a T-shirt. It was me and 4 other friends. We didn't care, man. Honestly, we didn't care. It was WrestleMania. It was in Hartford. It wasn't that far away from us. It was the only opportunity we thought we'd ever get to see WrestleMania, so we didn't give a shit. We went there. We parked early. We played hacky in the goddamn parking lot, and then and got in there. We're not like anywhere on camera. You can't see us anywhere, even though I remember where we're sitting. But hey, man, we didn't give a shit back then. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Just went and had fun.
Yeah, and that's what a concept, having fun with wrestling.
Right.
But yeah, no, the show sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, so a reminder of the rest of the WrestleMania schedule. So yeah, next week is 11. The week after that, my personal favorite WrestleMania of all time, 14. Then we're doing 17, and oh god, there's a chance we might have 6 people. So, myself, Scott, James, and Walter, but of course joining us, Ricky's coming back for that episode, and for the first time, my buddy Chronix from the Most Extreme Wrestling, another Texas boy, is going to join us for that. So, possibly 6 people on one episode. That might be the longest episode we'll do. Maybe.
A lot of over talking.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. It's bound to happen.
James, you're screwed because I'm going to instill the raise your hand policy.
Too bad we wouldn't be able to see James'
hand.
James, you're gonna have to have like a beeper thing you have at Jeopardy, like pop, 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 so you can speak.
Pause.
Speaking of Buzz, I got that game, Buzz, on PS2. That's probably one of the best quiz games ever. But anyways, enough of that. Enough of that. So, and then after 17, it's our review of WrestleMania 37 Night 1 with predictions for Night 2. And then I've already got a... Damn you, Zach. I actually got a schedule made up through to mid-May listed for other episodes.
Subject to change.
Yeah, subject to change. But after the WrestleMania stuff... we're going to do ECW Barely Legal 97, and then the week after that, TNA Lockdown 2006. And then I've got 3 episodes in line for May. May 1st, it's the 1-year anniversary show where we're doing the watch-along to Heroes of Wrestling. Not only are we going to watch it, but you will get to as well.
Because it's going to be on the screen.
Yes, it will. And then after that, the 2... episodes I got listed here are rebooking John Cena's first WWE title reign, followed by, because it's May, and it's going to be 25 years since this happened, In Your House, Beware of Dog. Both nights. So that's going to be interesting. And then every other episode we'll figure out at some point or another. But yeah, that's the tentative schedule going forward. Oh boy. May 1st. Oh.
Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready and get your blindfolds ready.
And your popcorn farts ready.
But anyways, plug time.
Meg.
Scott.
Meg.
Alrighty, yes. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Mr. Scott Reacts, where I do all kinds of fun reaction videos. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Scott Reacts. I am on Twitch as well as Levi. I am under Mr. Scott Rocks. So all of you out there that hang out with him, please find me on Twitch and follow me as well and hang out with me while I jam bass to various other tracks. I'd appreciate that. You also find me and my buddy Walter as part of the Necrocasticon podcast, where we talk horror, heavy metal, and more. Comes out every Monday via the Project Entertainment Network with our buddies Tom Clark, Skip Novak, and Dan Roberts.
James.
You can find me on my YouTube at We Are Pro Wrestling, where I'm currently doing my WrestleMania season. I've talked about WrestleManias 3, 17. This coming week, I'm going to be talking WrestleMania 19. You can find me on Twitter at WAPW_wrestling. Follow and subscribe.
And finally, you can subscribe to me, ThrashManiac99 on YouTube. Basically, right now, the channel's kind of a little bit quiet, since Marvel Studios Cup ended last week, with Scott as the champion. Rigged. Still doing the 5-question series. I'm thinking of filming the next episode either tonight or tomorrow, and then have it ready for Thursday. Of course, album reviews. I just did the Moonspell review, although I'm honestly thinking about redoing it because I felt like I didn't do the best of jobs on that video because it was kind of rushed. But maybe I won't redo it, but I am planning on possibly reviewing the new album from The Crown because I'm a big fan of that band. But other than that, you can follow/subscribe to me on Twitch, ThrashManiac99, where I've been going absolutely insane with streams. Plan on doing 2 streams possibly tomorrow, like a morning stream and then a night stream. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then finally follow me on Twitter at ThrashManiac99, even though my Twitter is essentially dead, except for messaging, because I don't really tweet that much anymore, so...
And Zev.
Yeah, once a week. And plugging Twitch and the podcasts and all that fun jazz. But regardless, thank you guys who stuck around for tonight. Come in next week as we talk Mania 11, where we're gonna rip that shit to shreds. James for like the 5th time, and for me the first, give or take 5 times. For me, I'm gonna rip it apart for the first time. So yeah, but thank you guys for watching. But before we go, let's raid our dude, our dog, our diggity doink, Mr. DK. Because I've been sporting the thrash metal shirt, which went perfectly with the vest. But until next week, horns high, and we'll see you soon. Jackass.